WNBA star Brittany Griner pleads guilty to drug charges in a Russian court. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. Let's get right down to the nitty-gritty of this story here. According to CNN.com, quote, two-time Olympic basketball gold medalist Brittany Griner has pleaded guilty to drug charges in a Russian court near Moscow, her lawyers confirmed to CNN on Thursday. Now, if I mispronounce these Russian names, it's not intentional, so accept my apologies before I get started. Quote, Griner, whom the U.S. Department has classified as wrongfully detained, faces up to 10 years in prison under the charges. Supporters of the Phoenix Mercury player have called for her release over fears she is being used as a political pawn amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Griner's lawyers expected the court to take into account the 31-year-old athlete's guilty plea and hope for leniency. Alexander Boykov and Maria Blagovolania told journalists Thursday. Believe that the guilty plea should be taken into account, Blagovolnia said, adding Griner is a role model for many. Samples taken from Griner did not show any traces of drugs. Boykov added she was clean and she was tested, the lawyer said. Griner left the courtroom Thursday without giving any comments to reporters. Her next hearing is set for July 14. Griner was arrested in February at a Moscow airport after Russian officials say they found cannabis oil in her luggage. The basketball star, who plays in Russia during the WNBA's offseason, has been held since then on drug smuggling charges. Her trial began last week. Griner told the court Thursday she had not intended to commit a crime. State news agency RIA Novosti reported. Griner had not meant to carry drugs in her luggage, she said, through an interpreter, and it was the result of her packing in a hurry, the report said. It's been 130 days since WNBA star Brittany Griner was detained in Russia, and her trial, this is the backstory now, is about to start. Her wife wants U.S. officials to do more to bring her home. The decision to plead guilty was made by Griner alone. A source close to her said, but in recent weeks, Griner, her family, lawyers, and experts had discussed this decision extensively. Given the 99% reported conviction rate in Russian criminal cases, Griner was urged to weigh all the factors, including a plea that could ultimately result in a shorter sentence. Some have speculated Griner could be released and returned to the U.S. in a prisoner swap, as was Trevor Reed, an American veteran detained in Russia for 3 years before his release in April. There is no indication such a swap is imminent in Griner's case. Still, before any potential prisoner swap, it was expected Griner would have to be convicted and also admit fault, a senior U.S. official told CNN. Griner had to sign a document saying she was guilty, something he had resisted. Listen. I'm sorry, my bad, oops. Let me go back and read that again. Still, before any potential prisoner swap, it was expected Griner would have to be convicted and also admit fault. A senior official told CNN Reed had to sign a document saying he was guilty, something he had resisted for almost the entirety of his detention. Just days before he was let out, the official said, it is a part of the show, and the document has no legal force or effect in the U.S. It is effectively meaningless, said Reed family spokesperson Jonathan Franks. Griner's plea came on the second day of her trial, at which a prosecutor accused her of smuggling less than a gram of cannabis oil in her luggage. Prosecutors argue Griner intended to import the drugs into Russia's territory and put the prohibited substances in a backpack in a suitcase, according to TASS, another state news agency. This has gotten out of hand, seriously. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit.